So, earlier we talked about how surrounding yourself with English, like listening to music, podcasts, and watching shows, can really help grow your vocabulary without even realizing it. But let's go deeper now. What about the moments when you actually notice a new word? What should you do?
Yeah, good question. I think the first instinct most people have is to look it up and then just move on. But honestly, that's a missed opportunity. If a word pops out to you, it's trying to tell you something. Write it down. I have this notes app full of random words I heard while walking, at the gym, or even in line at Starbucks.
I do the same thing. Sometimes I even voice record it if I'm on the move. It's like making friends with the word. And then later, I'll go back, look it up, and try to use it in a sentence or even in a short journal entry.
That's gold. Using the word is where the magic happens. When you take a word and actually do something with it, speak it, write it, text it to a friend, it sticks so much better.
Exactly. It's like meeting someone once at a party versus having lunch with them the next day. Which one are you more likely to remember?
The lunch one, for sure. It's about meaningful connection with people and with words.
Totally. I also think context is a huge factor. Like, instead of memorizing word lists out of context, it helps to see how the word is used in a real sentence, inside a real situation. That way, you're not just learning what it means, but how it feels.
Oh, yeah. I remember the first time I heard someone use the word bittersweet in a movie. It wasn't just the dictionary meaning that stuck, it was the emotion in the scene. That's when I got it. And now it's one of my favorite words.
That's such a great example. Emotional connection helps vocabulary stick. So even if someone's watching a rom-com or a thriller, they're still building word memory just by paying attention.
And let's not forget repetition, but natural repetition, not drilling flashcards until you cry.
Yeah, no tears allowed, but repetition through different media really helps. Like hearing the same phrase in a podcast and then again in a book or YouTube video, it reinforces the word from multiple angles.
And spacing it out over time. That's actually called spaced repetition, right? Learning a word today, hearing it again next week, then using it a month later. That long-term exposure makes it stick without cramming.
Yep, exactly. And another tip, don't be afraid of guessing the meaning from context. It builds your intuition, which is super powerful when it comes to language.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. People sometimes wait for the perfect explanation, but you can usually feel what a word means just by how it's used. And even if you're a little off, that's part of the learning process.
Right. Perfection can actually slow you down. Language isn't about being flawless. It's about expressing yourself and connecting with people.
Here's something I do, and maybe it'll help our listeners. When I hear a new word, I try to come up with my own weird personal image or association for it, like turning the word into a story in my head.
That's fun. Give me an example.
Okay, so the word serene. I used to think of it as this really boring word. But one day, I imagined a cat sitting on a mountaintop meditating. And now whenever I hear serene, I think of that cat. Calm, peaceful, unbothered, and it sticks.
That is amazing. I love that. I do similar things with songs or places. Like, if I learned a word while I was at the beach, I try to connect that word with the sounds of waves or the smell of sunscreen.
Exactly. The more senses involved, the stronger the memory. It becomes part of your life, not just your vocabulary list.
Let's talk about the fear part. A lot of learners hesitate to use new words because they're scared of messing up or sounding weird. What would you say to them?
I'd say mess up proudly. Honestly, the only way to make a word yours is to use it. Maybe you use it slightly wrong the first time. Big deal. You'll remember it better because of that.
That's so true. Mistakes are part of the process. It's like working out. If you're not sweating a little, you're not growing.
And people are usually way more forgiving than you think. No one's judging you for trying to use a new word. In fact, they're probably impressed.
Yes, and if you're talking to native speakers, some might even help you refine it in a kind way. But most of the time, they'll just get what you mean and move on.
All right, so let's wrap this up with some practical habits. If someone listening wants to start building their vocabulary naturally, starting today, what's one thing they can do?
I'd say pick one thing you already enjoy, like music, movies, cooking videos, and start paying attention to the language. Pick one word a day that catches your ear and play with it. Use it somewhere.
Love it. And I'd say talk to yourself. Seriously, describe your day out loud. Narrate what you're doing. You'll be surprised how many gaps you find and how fun it is to fill them.
That's such a good one. And if you combine those two things, input and output, you're creating this natural learning loop. It's not about pressure, it's about flow.
All right, this was fun. I think the takeaway here is don't just study words, live with them. Let them become a part of you.
Couldn't have said it better. And hey, if you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review. We've got more coming to help you speak better, think faster, and feel more confident in English. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Keep learning, keep growing, and remember, every word you learn opens a new door.
Talk to you next time.